Hi guys! So in my last video I talked about the stretch reflex and why static stretching doesn't have a lasting effect on the length of your muscles or the level of tension in your muscles. In this video I'm going to talk about the gamma loop. The gamma loop is a feedback loop in your nervous system that regulates the level of tension in your muscles. So if you're an athlete or if you have chronic muscle tension or chronic pain, you should watch this video. So here's a diagram of the gamma loop. Don't worry, you don't have to memorize it or even understand the details of it. I'm just going to explain the basics of how it works so that you understand how to start reducing your muscle tension. If you want to learn how the gamma loop works in more detail, you can read my article on the gamma loop here. In this diagram, you can see that the alpha motor neuron is the one that travels to the skeletal muscle and tells it to contract. The alpha motor neuron gets its information and commands from two places: our brain, where we can consciously decide to contract our muscles, and from the activity within the gamma loop itself, which automatically controls the level of tension in our muscles. So when the gamma loop is working correctly, everything's great. We contract our muscles when we need to use them, and they automatically relax when we're done moving. But throughout our lives, we develop learned motor patterns, our habitual ways of standing and moving. As a result of developing this muscle memory, we tend to contract the same muscles in the same patterns over and over. Now, almost everyone has a higher than normal level of tension in some of the muscles in their body. And this tension is a result of gamma loop activity. As we contract our muscles in the same ways over and over, our gamma loop gradually adapts by allowing the baseline level of tension in those muscles to get higher and higher. Unless we intervene, this buildup of muscle tension just continues throughout our lives. This is why we tend to become stiff, tight, and have limited movement as we get older. It's a buildup of chronic muscle tension. So basically, throughout our lives, as we repeat the same movements over and over, the gamma loop tends to get out of whack. Gamma motor neurons can become overreactive, or the firing of alpha and gamma motor neurons can become imbalanced. And when these things happen, our muscles stay tight and never fully relax. This can lead to muscle cramping, spasms, muscle rigidity, limited movement, and chronic pain. Tight muscles also pull our skeleton out of alignment, put pressure on joints and nerves, and can even elevate our blood pressure. So how do we get our gamma loop activity to return to normal so that our muscles can relax? Well, unfortunately, techniques like massage and stretching only have temporary effects on gamma loop activity. That's because they try to solve the problem from the outside by manually relaxing the muscles, as if the muscles were made of Play-Doh, but muscles are controlled by the nervous system. So to get our muscles to relax, we have to retrain our nervous system. We have to recalibrate our gamma loops so they don't keep our muscles contracted all the time. We do this with a technique called pandiculation, which is our nervous system's natural, hardwired way of releasing built-up muscle tension. Pandiculation involves contracting the tight muscles even more and then very slowly releasing them. This provides accurate biofeedback to the nervous system about the level of tension in the muscles. When we pandiculate our muscles on a regular basis, it gradually recalibrates the gamma loop back to normal baseline activity, which reduces muscle tension. If you want to learn more about pandiculation, you can read my book, The Pain Relief Secret, and you can check out my website, somaticmovementcenter.com. Thanks for watching.